Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese, episode 111. I'm your Joe Dix, joined tonight by a whole gang of folks here. I'll start to my left. Marc Augustiniak is here.
What's up?
Returning again, Mike DeMarco is here.
Hey.
The guy who won't leave, Colin Muehlberger, is here. He's here every day playing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze without me. And back for not a brief appearance like he had made, was it last week?
2 weeks
Two
ago.
weeks ago?
2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago.
Sandeep Jandu.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Or was last week.
Oh, hey.
It was
Hi.
last week. Listeners, this is a weekly video game podcast about video games, believe it or not. We're going to start off what we've been playing in the last week since we last met. And then we'll go into topic of the week, which this week is what do we hope for and dream about for this year's E3. I know it's 3 months away, but that's 3 months. It's going quick.
3 months?
3 months, son.
Is that why
It
they
is
call it
March.
E3?
This is
Because it's always
disgusting.
3
I
months
got it.
away?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't.
Cool. Mark,
Crap. What?
what have you been playing?
Few things.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's about it.
All right.
Problem solved.
No, I continued Pikmin.
There you go.
I'm on day 20.
Ooh. Closing the gap.
Yeah, it's getting a little tough. Just, I keep having to restock Pikmin. Because I'm like, oh, I have enough for this job. And then, oh no, they decide to go the way the enemies are. And I was like, even though I walked the way to avoid them. So they're not that bright.
That game only had red, blue, yellow, correct?
Yes, correct. So yeah, I got a little frustrated with them because I have too many red ones, but not enough blue and yellow.
See, but the red ones are your strong guys. They're your fighters.
Yeah, and
They're your Kyles.
but I needed to get
That's what they say.
but I needed to get a piece that was in the water.
Okay, then yeah, you need blue guys. For
And
that.
then when I went over to send them there, then this frog comes out of nowhere and is like, "Hey guys, let me join the party and kill everyone." And that wasn't fun. So I gave that a break, and then I went to I tried to be a perfectionist with Hotline Miami.
Which you beat today
I beat it again.
in like an hour or so. Like while I'm doing work on the site and we're all just hanging around, Mark's like, I'm gonna put done. Just beat the game.
Just whatever.
So
Go do it.
took me like 9 weeks.
I'm trying to get A+ on everything.
Yeah.
On mine,
Yeah.
and that's on PC. That's mouse
How-
and keyboard.
No.
I mean, I'm better with a mouse and
Really?
keyboard than I am a PS4 controller.
I don't know. I think the Vita is the best way to play that game in the entire world. You haven't played it on Vita. Don't give me that look.
Can't bash until you try it.
You don't
Yeah.
know that I haven't tried it.
I do know that you haven't tried it.
You sure?
Yes, we've talked about it.
Since then?
Probably
Because I'm pretty sure I've tried it on there.
false. Anyway, how many more stages do you have to get A pluses on?
I want to say maybe about 7 or 9.
7 or 9?
I can't remember because there's some where like I
It's
wasn't.
either all of them or none of them.
Well, because the first playthrough, I did get a few A+,
Yeah.
and then I remember I was going in order, and I was like, oh wait, I already have A+ in this one, so we can skip that one, keep going.
I got you.
There you
Got you. That game's out in a week. Hotline Miami 2.
I know, I just pre-ordered it today.
Yeah. What else did you get today?
Too hyped for it. I bought an $80 jacket.
The replica jacket.
The
Yeah.
replica jacket of a video game that you don't even really get to
Don't-
see the
Excuse
jacket.
me. Excuse me.
No. This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you don't even get
Because
to,
it's from a top view.
yeah, from the top view, like that would be the big my.
There are
biggest
times
concern.
where that it's laid down on the floor. Plus, there's the promotional art, and there's the DLC
Wow.
character in
You don't have
Payday
to,
2.
excuse me. You don't have to defend yourself.
Okay, here we
This is
go.
coming from a guy who has never run in his life,
Yeah.
but sprinted through a
Yeah.
Target when he saw the top of a Mudkip stuffed animal.
Well, it's all the fan. That was enough. Let's be honest here.
You're gonna attack him for buying a
Not attack,
replica
what I'm saying
jacket.
is I would be worried, like, at what point is it replica? I'd be worried getting it, because, like, what if there was one part where there was a dick, and you didn't see the dick? Giant dick right on the...
It's always dicks with you.
You're wearing a dick
I mean,
jacket, it's fine. You have a problem with dicks?
I
Yeah.
got a
what's wrong
problem
with
with
dicks?
dicks.
I mean, I got to look at the
It's
product
just-
before I bought it.
Is that anything cool? Let me finish my questions, my line of questions here.
Okay.
What's on the inside? What's it lined with?
The inside of it, it's
Yeah.
like a beige flannel material.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
With like little
I can
blue
dig it. For $80
pinstripes,
though?
so.
Did you get, I mean, that was included the game and everything too, right?
No. This site, like excels in really nice video game apparel
Okay.
called Insert Coin. Somewhere in Europe, I don't know.
I just couldn't bring myself to pay $80 for a jacket.
What if it was Brock's vest?
Number one, people who wear vests are fucking dopes. I fucking hate people
but
that
it's
wear
Brock's
dopes.
vest.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck Brock.
Okay.
You don't even know he's wearing a
My
vest.
point
Look at him.
is, like, what if you had Ash's backpack filled with
It's
Pokeballs?
filled with, well, if it's filled with goodies, that's a different story.
Okay, okay. You get 6 Pokeballs.
Okay.
You get a plastic piece of shit Pokedex that doesn't
We
work.
already talked about this.
I know we
bundle
did that.
thing.
Episode 41 of Foreplay. Got it. I was there. I'm talking about you wouldn't pay $80 for a backpack, a replica
Did I
backpack.
tell you how much I would pay for that thing?
You would pay $200.
Probably.
Exactly.
No, but my biggest thing is like,
I'll have to show you the
it's on
website.
top of the it's on top of the game.
I know.
too. That's what sucks.
I mean, the game itself is only $14.99.
So you think they'd be able to
Without
bundle
tax.
it, but I'm looking out for you, Mark.
Yeah, well,
I
I
don't
also
want you to get
I
it.
pre-ordered the special digital edition of that game. That was another like $18.
Does that come with anything cool?
I get some like Payday 2 stuff.
Okay.
I'm sure I get the soundtrack.
Okay.
I mean, for
Well,
that
if you get it on
price.
Steam, you get the soundtrack anyway. It's in those files.
Yeah, but the difference with that is like you might have to convert it or rename them. Sometimes they're not always uniform.
You get convenience. That's what you get.
Yeah.
You get.
Keep state of mind.
Because they're not MP3 files, they're VLC files,
Give me convenience or give me death.
and then you gotta
Give me
convert
convenience
it.
or Give me breast.
So when's that arrive? You said hopefully within a couple weeks.
I hope within the next week or two.
That's good.
But yeah, you've got the game next week, so
That's all I'm gonna be talking about next week. So just prepare yourself.
I know this. Are you gonna give up on your A plus, or are you gonna try and do
No,
it
no,
by
I'm
then?
still gonna try that, but
Yeah.
it's just gonna give it a break.
I'm just saying, how can you? I don't know. If this game is what I expect it to be, I don't see myself being able to go back to Hotline Miami.
Well, it's story, I guess.
I know. I just mean
kind of like
gameplay.
when you like watch a movie that's coming out, you want to catch yourself up on the other ones before seeing the most recent one.
Yeah, but it's different.
I mean, yeah. I mean, of course, I'm not gonna go back
I just think it's
and
like
play the first one a lot if I have the second one.
Hmm.
But for I guess the achievement reasons, I will go back.
Bird up.
That's about it.
Gotta stop saying bird up. It's getting old. It just comes out. All right.
Word of the day.
Yeah. Word of the 7 weeks of my life.
It's a
bird
phrase, not a word.
It's a word.
No, it's not a word. The
Anything
word
else,
is
Mark?
bird.
Bird.
Bird is the word.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You fucked up. Next.
Snail down.
Titan Attacks, is that the name?
Yeah. Titan Attacks. That's a little like Space Invader style thing.
Yeah,
But it's,
I like those kind of games where
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
cute.
Galaga or Space Invaders.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of made me want to play Ikaruga, strangely.
Yeah.
I
That
like
game.
you were-
dude,
Just more like bullet hell games.
You were nervous about talking about what games you've been playing. Like, what have you been playing? Yeah, not much. And you just pulled a list out of your ass that's more than I've been playing in the past month. So,
That's how
Still with you.
Yeah,
that's how I
I-
work.
live a boring life. I sleep and I cry a lot.
That's what I do
yeah.
in between. I mean,
I'd cry a lot.
I feel you.
Wrong with that.
Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm pretty certain that's it though. Other than you know,
Don't look at me.
I mean, other than like the
Don't
show,
interrupt
the show
them.
that we recorded.
Yeah.
You know, more
yeah,
Earthbound, some Spelunky.
yeah. Go check all that out. YouTube,
So yeah.
thefreecheese.com, everything. Cool. Mike, you haven't been here in a while.
Oh,
What you been up to?
oh man, what have I been up to? I play way too much Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
I
What you played on?
Xbox One.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did are you? If I remember correctly, you were. When you were here last time, had you gotten to the first raid that they had put out?
I hadn't gone to that point yet, and then
Yeah.
I finally ran it for the first time like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And it was crazy. And then I ran the most recent raid, Crota's End, last night for the first time, and that
And?
shit was insane. And it took forever because we all didn't know what we were doing.
And are you playing with people you know, or
No, we just went on because Bungie fucked up and didn't do like a raid party
yeah, they don't have
matchmaking
that. Yeah.
thing. So we had to go onto Reddit and then go to a certain subreddit to find people to do it. So you just get matched up with randoms, and some of them knew what they were doing, but some of the other two didn't. And then me and my friend kind of had an idea, but not really. So it was crazy. But I got some raid gear, so I'm almost at 32, and that's the max level.
Is it?
Yeah, 32.
Okay.
Because you can get to 31 with certain armor, but then you have to have 3 out of 4 pieces of armor being raid gear, and then the one piece being exotic, and you have to max them all out.
Jesus Christ. So 20 or 21 is the max, and then once you get into like raids, then you can go up, right? What's the max from like the core game? Wasn't it 20?
20, and then you start dealing with light. So it's
Right.
like you just rank up, and then 20 is when you just have to start getting good armor.
Right. Because the last I had heard people like being wowed about was level 27. So if you're at 32 almost.
No, 32 is the normal now. But yeah,
Interesting.
that. Played a little bit of Rayman Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for free on Xbox, which is did
Did you play Origins before it?
No.
All right.
No.
Because I was telling you yesterday that I still haven't picked up Legends just because I played so much of Origins and I didn't want more of the same. But
Pick it up and just don't play for a bit.
yeah, and
I've seen gameplay of it.
Yeah, this one's got those cool music levels and stuff. Right?
Yeah, and they have a bunch of different characters you can play as. I had no idea.
That's right. They add in, and I remember they added in a bunch of costumes as well, like Splinter Cell costumes and Assassin's Creed stuff. Who else can you play as outside of like the?
I don't know any of the characters, but I played as some fat blue thing.
Oh, that's Glowbox.
That's Glowbox.
I had learned that from Rayman Origins.
Okay.
It's like Rayman, Glowbox, and there's 2 things that look alike, but they're different colors.
Toad
I'm
and
not sure.
Toadette.
They're locked right now. They're behind they're like blacked out silhouette kind of thing. So I had to get enough coins or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But that I had to put down Halo just because I got burnt out on it.
Did they ever fix it? That's sad.
I did have a good experience with it. I played Big Team Battle 8 vs 8 on like the remake of Blood Gulch, and it was perfect.
Really?
It was amazing.
They actually nailed it for once.
Yeah, it was amazing. People had like mongooses with machine guns on them, and people were riding around in warthogs. It was great. And then the next game I played, I lagged out of for some reason. So it's hit and miss.
Yeah. Was that on PC as well, or was it just Xbox One, Master Chief Collection?
Just Xbox.
Okay.
But I think they're trying to port it to Windows
Yeah.
because of Microsoft.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Question about Destiny.
Does she still work at that strip club?
Do you think that I probably asked you this last time you were here, but do you think that the amount of content they're slowly trickling out is enough to keep you sustained? Like, because it's not like you know what I mean? Like you're talking about other things you're playing. It's not like you're playing Destiny 24/7.
I'm playing it like 23/6.
Okay.
I played a lot, and I've ran every single strike, and I've ran both raids in the past 3 days.
Okay.
So there's not enough content,
Oh.
but you just keep playing to just
Level
because
up
you're just
it, yeah.
like, I'm here, I might as well.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Kyle,
Yeah. Sorry.
tell me about Pokemon Shuffle.
I love it. It's addicting.
Yeah, it is.
All right, there you go. Done.
Is that the matching game?
Yeah.
It's more than just
That was.
It's more.
I
Now-
said.
No, yeah, it is just
The initial
live.
reaction to this game,
I thought it was stupid. Then
Right,
I saw
really,
Joe
yes.
play it. I was watching over his shoulder, helping him out, and I was like, "Shit, this is fun!" Because you still go through and collect Pokemon, and it's very fun.
Do you know what did it for me? It's stupid.
God, here we
Because they announced it, and I'm like, this is dumb.
Yeah, when they announced it, you were like, "Fuck that."
Yeah,
it
like
was-
why would anyone Candy Crush? Don't give a shit. And I still didn't give a shit. And then I saw a NeoGAF thread that said like Pokemon Shuffle official thread and like, you know, events inside. And I'm like, events, and I click on it and I'm reading about it, and then it said like, hey, it told me about like, hey, every day there's a new random Pokemon, and also there's special Pokemon you can get, and the first event they're having is a Mew event. You can get Mew. So I was like, well, maybe I'll download it. Just see what it's about. And went through it. Went through it, and then Kyle was watching over my shoulder. It's good.
It's just a nice little fun game.
Yeah,
It's very addicting though.
yeah. We talked earlier about it, and you know, I think it sucks that they stopped innovating and they just copied Candy Crush 1-to-1.
Do you see it being ported to like iOS? Well, Nintendo would never do that.
They.
Or would they?
Or would they?
That's the thing.
I mean, I don't know much about Nintendo.
Depends.
But
Can you have microtransactions?
Yes, it does.
Oh,
Yeah.
it could be ported.
Yeah.
It can be ported. Are they like bleeding money yet?
They were, and then Amiibo happened, and then that sort of rose the.
That brought it back.
A
I was
little
gonna say, if they're bleeding money, that's their only thing. Just
Yeah.
put it on an iPad or something like that.
Yeah,
it'll
and
sell.
it seemed like they were like about to go that way, and then
Yeah, they've had talks
yeah,
about
they
putting
have.
something on there.
I think that we're going to see something like that. I don't know that we're going to get actual games on iOS devices, but I think that we're going to get at least like an app. Like the whole
There should be not like an Amiibo app
there
in the sense that all Amiibos, but for Pokemon, like take that same kind
A
of
Pokedex?
technology, but
They-
a Pokedex app.
yes.
Because they had that for toys, but with all the devices we have now, just download that app, use the camera to scan or the
I know.
code or whatever. Blah, blah, blah,
I think
blah,
they
blah.
do have something
Do they?
Pokemon related.
They do have a
on
Pokedex
iOS.
app on there, but it's expensive as
Oh.
fuck and it's stupid.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Nintendo puts it out for free, and then what they pay for is the characters themselves. So you get like a little toy, and on the bottom of the toy, the package
see,
of
I
the toy,
see, I
you
see.
scan like the UPC code.
And then if you get
And then they have the trading card game as well.
right, you get a Charmander, I get a Bulbasaur, I can scan your Charmander and still collect him in my Pokedex because I saw him.
Yeah. I mean, let's make it better for Nintendo. Make kids healthier. The more, kind of like the Pokewalker that they had for Heart Gold and Soul
man.
Silver. With that,
Okay.
the more you, I don't want to say play, but I feel like I want to find a way that
Now, what they got to
they need to
do?
be able to put like a pedometer in it.
Do you remember
somehow.
that game from the '90s that was basically like a barcode scanner, and you'd go to grocery
It was
stores?
like
and-
Monsters?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's that. They shouldn't do that.
Was that Monster Rancher?
No.
That was
I,
Monster
I think
Hunt- it was Monster Hunter 2.
Pretty sure that was just called like something simple like scanners. Or
Don't
something.
play with your food.
Willie Jean.
Really, it's not my love. But Pokemon Shuffle though,
Fun.
yeah,
Fun. No, I was hoping you would say yeah one more time.
yeah.
Fun.
How about Majora's Mask? Yep, me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
put it down. Mark.
I haven't touched it.
Yes.
See, everyone. I wish Mark was. That feels super weird now. Was over my shoulder giving me advice for that game. Because fuck that game.
Over your
Here's your advice.
While I'm playing, don't play it.
No, no,
exactly.
no.
That's
Over-
the advice. Don't fucking play
over
Majora's
your
Mask.
shoulder, like telling you not to have bought it, like before
Well, no, like
you.
while I'm playing it, giving me
Ah.
like, oh, do this and this.
Constantly reminding you that your
I
choices
made a
have been
mistake.
mistakes.
Yeah, you made
Just
a
like,
mistake.
You're
I
wrong,
don't know, just watch
boy.
like a YouTube
You're wrong.
walkthrough or something.
I don't have a problem with never touching that game again.
I don't think it's so much the difficulty I think for me the thing that has kept me from going back is like I just hit a point and I'm like I don't want to do this right now.
Because right now, it's, I don't know, I feel like it's almost like, not necessarily a hive mind, but just like a phase with a lot of people where it's just like, I don't know, it's just not a Zelda mood time. Like, I'm not even in a Zelda mood.
Yeah,
why?
I get that.
Because there's so
You
many
were
games
trying to
coming
get
out
me
right
in a
now.
Zelda mood. You guys.
No, it's fine.
You
No,
go to the lights. Get everybody in the mood.
no, it's different for everyone. You haven't even touched a Zelda game.
Now you're making me not want to.
No,
don't.
No,
like,
no, go ahead, please
Play
do.
Link's
The
Awakening.
sooner the better. But as far as Majora's Mask goes,
Throw it away. Throw it in the trash.
Mark has hated that game forever, so
It was
you
a
can't.
joke. I want to play Zelda.
Okay.
I'm honestly,
just a
I've
gag.
been approached and someone was like,
I'm
"If you're
just
not
too
gonna play that
hyped
game,
for Hollow Miami
give it
2
to
right
me.
now.
Give it to
I
someone.
can't focus on anything else. Not even Zelda. Like I can't.
I want that game away from me forever. I don't want to look at it. I wake up every morning and it's on my dresser, and I just get upset.
That's
Because
a lie. I know some days you sleep in past the morning.
I wake up in the day.
Like I love
I
the
wake
original.
up when the sun is up.
Yes.
Like
Or,
I-
I mean, with this weather, who knows?
Like I love the original 64
Weather.
port, and I don't know. Just I guess I was just kind of disappointed when people were like, "Oh yeah, we got a remake," but then it's like not as good as it could be, and it's like, well,
Well,
You don't think this
what's
is-
not as good? I'm curious.
the whole game.
No, I think that the game is fantastic. I think that it's that like just like the Ocarina of Time 3D remake, this is better than you remember it being as far as visually and everything. And the gameplay is really good. It feels great on a 3DS. For me, it was just I started playing it and I was having fun, but then because the game is set on those 3 days and you have you have to constantly use the Song of Time to go back to the beginning of the first day and restart events and restart what you're doing and whatever. And it's just this constant shuffle of like
Just a lot
whatever.
of time management.
And there's also like you get a little notebook and it tells you all your different events that happen throughout the world.
like that's a good perk that they gave you that book.
It
And
is,
it's
but
better scheduling.
Yes,
It's cool that you can go
No, but
within
see-
each hour instead of every 6 hours.
but that's the problem is that there's too much, and then when you see it, you're like, "Fuck, I don't want to miss it." And like, you know that you have to go back, and if you miss something by a minute, it's like, "Ugh, shit." Like there's a thing like to get one of the masks, for example, you have to help save this woman who gets her purse robbed at exactly like 12:15 on midnight of the first day or whatever. And like I fucked up and didn't realize how to stop the guy who robbed her, and I had to restart the whole thing. And then
whole
fast
day?
forward, restart the day, and then fast forward back to it's just it's tedious like that. And then the anxiety builds, and it's just oof.
Yeah.
And the section I'm at, it's like
Where are you?
right where you are,
Oh, so
trying to get into that
toss it
place
away.
and
Toss it away in the trash. I'm gonna give it away. I don't want it anymore.
A lot of the side quests are worth doing. Like this is a game where it's like, okay, so there's some games where you can just beat it and not 100% complete it. This is one of those games where it's like it kind of makes you 100% complete it
Yeah, and I want to
because every, I guess, aspect of it is kind of important,
yeah.
and it's good to get all the
Yeah.
masks.
Well,
But
that's the
then,
thing. Somebody tweeted the other night that I follow. I don't remember who, but they tweeted a picture of all the masks, like they'd collected all of them finally. And I was like,
yeah.
"Ugh."
And I know they changed a few. They made some of the boss fights a little easier. Overall, this is more of a casual Zelda game.
Totally.
believe it or
Yeah.
not.
No, they definitely toned it down and everything. It's just like
I mean, it visually looks nice,
tedium.
but yeah, like I feel like in the end, it's just I don't know.
It doesn't even matter.
that was
Do you think they would put a new installment in soon, or do you think they would wait to see how the sales did on this game before they even considered?
What do you mean by like a brand new 3DS one?
No, just a brand new Zelda game.
Oh, that's on its way.
Oh,
The
that's
Wii,
on its
the
way.
Wii
Oh,
U
okay.
one's coming out later this year.
Oh,
hopefully.
really?
Mm.
I'll have to show you footage of that. You
I
haven't seen
think
that?
I think they just did this just to shut people up because they've been waiting for so long.
Oh well, it looks like they've angered a few people.
Just I think there's
Pretty
one.
fucking rowdy. I'm getting rid of it.
I mean, my complaints are the same as anyone else's. If
But
you
you're
talk
not
to them.
going to try it at all.
No,
Like you're
I tried it. Look
done.
what happened. Boom. Fuck you.
That makes me sad because
You
I
little-
hate that you spent your money on it. No,
Shit. I've spent my money on many a useless
I know
things.
that, but
Sushi.
still, sushi's not useless.
But,
food.
but if you get all the masks,
It is when I throw
the-
it up after.
like the final boss fight is like the easiest boss fight in any Zelda game.
when you fight Mallory.
Yeah.
Mallory's mad.
But it's also really rewarding at the same time.
I'll just watch a YouTube video of it.
I'm excited.
feel like
But
I'm
see,
mad.
like at the
I'll
same
just
time,
hold it.
I still haven't finished Wind Waker because it's just like
Well, I think Wind Waker is so fun. That's
I was having fun, but then at the same time, I was like,
just go fishing on your little King of the.
And you're
fucking
playing the
Lions.
Wii U version,
bird up.
and you're saying that.
Yeah.
Like playing the GameCube one, I took a year hiatus from that
Yeah.
game just for finding the Triforce shards alone, and they condensed all that in the Wii U version.
I
They
mean,
made it
I don't
less
even know that
tedious.
there were Triforce shards in this game because I've been playing it for so long and not
Triforce
progressing.
Short.
It's kind of like in the first NES one. You got to put all the 8 pieces together.
Okay, I like this. Kyle, you been playing anything else? Shadow of Mordor.
I have been. I
Yeah.
forgot all about
How's that?
Is it good?
So-
Assassin's Creed?
It's like Arkham City. It plays like Arkham City.
Really?
It's
But it's
so
Lord of
it's
the
real
Rings.
fun.
Yeah,
Well, it is
I don't-
WB, right?
I don't what?
I mean, it's from Warner Brothers.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That makes
typically
sense.
like Lord of the Rings too much. I don't give a shit about it, but
Yeah.
it was real. It's real fun. So fun. You get to avenge the death of people that have been killed by like the other captains. So I've avenged Chris many times. 'Cause he dies all the time. Let's be honest. Here. I mean, I die all the time too. There's a nice there's Sauron's army and there's war chiefs and there's captains and you can kind of go through and pick off all the captains to make the war chief weaker. So that's fun.
Well, tell me this:
Yeah.
as someone who loves the Batman games but doesn't give a shit about that fantasy setting or Lord of the Rings, are you still enjoying yourself and
Oh,
finding
yeah.
yourself invested in the story?
Not so much. Like I usually don't care about the story missions until I've exhausted all like the little side missions that I do. And then
But
I'll
it's
do the
just fun
story.
to run around and slash and kill and
Yeah.
murder. It's like Batman but with murders.
Exactly.
I can dig it.
And there's more planes. You know, there's not as much places to hide and climb.
Okay.
So, a lot of explosions
Cool.
too.
Cool.
That's what I've been playing.
All right, Sandeep, you made a purchase.
I did. Bought a PlayStation 4. That's fun.
Yeah.
And then
just captured all of that.
Yeah.
Just Kyle drinking on his green tea. Yeah.
No, I bought a PS4. It's cool. I wish there were more games out for it immediately. So
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Resogun like any sensible boy would when he gets a PS4. That's a good boy.
How many years has the system been out?
It's
One and a
been
half?
one and a handful of
3
months.
months.
Yeah.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Same with the Xbox.
It feels longer.
So
It does.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, so Amazon had a thing where if you order a PS4 from them, you get a download code to The Last of Us Remastered. So I got that, and then good son Joseph here texted me a couple of days later with a picture, and he was like, "Are you gonna yell at Amazon because you ordered it from them and then they did this?" And then it was the same thing. Like if you order a PS4, you get a free download code to The Last of Us Remastered and Infamous Second Son and Killzone Shadowfall.
That's fucking horseshit.
Yeah.
So, but I already ordered it and I had it already. So I called them and was like, "Hey, can you do a thing where I can get games?" And they were like, "Well, we can't, but we'll give you one." Long story short.
So you got...
So I got Infamous. But I don't have it yet, but I will have it tomorrow.
I think you will enjoy it. It's a solid game. You played the other ones and you
Yeah, I
enjoyed
did,
them.
and I liked them a lot.
Yeah.
I like that genre for me is like a hard one for me. Like I have to get really invested in it to play like those free roaming like city
City of Angels.
City of Angels.
Yep.
City of Angels games.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Does it get overwhelming for
Wasn't
you?
that Nick Cage?
Not really. Like it's just. It's not that it's overwhelming. It's just. I never like. Not that I don't know what to do, but if I don't have clear cut goals, it tends to bother me for a while because I'm really bad where I have to play games in like one sitting. Like I have to play them back to back to back, otherwise I'll forget what was going on. And so for those ones, like what'll always happen to me is like I'll play them for a while, I'll play them for like 2 weeks, and then something will happen, and I won't go back to them for like another 2 weeks, and then I'll be like, I don't remember what the fuck was happening. And then I never it's hard for me to get reinvested in them. Yeah. So that's a genre that I'm always like I want to like, but it's hard for me to like. But I like Infamy. All the Infamy. What else did I get, though? I got that. I got... Ollie, which is super fun.
Yeah.
But really hard. Yeah. I'm going to get more into that. I got some game that I was telling you about that I found on a whim because it was just on the front page. By the way, side, this has nothing to do with anything. Just take a minute. So on PS4... it gives you recommendations in the PlayStation Store, and it's like, just for you, because you played this, you might like this. They're horrible. They're like nothing like the game that it's like, because you played this.
Steam does that too.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like... God damn it. God damn it. Oh, I'm gonna punch. Dan couldn't make it tonight, but he decided to send me... something. I'll show you later.
Dick
I'm
pic.
Sorry. Yeah.
Dick pic.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, not him, but yeah.
Oh.
It was a whole... It's a dumb little... Anyway.
I lost my train of thought.
Life is Strange.
What games were recommended?
Oh, fuck if I remember now.
Far Cry 4...
Probably, yeah, actually, definitely.
Based on playing...
Basically whatever
they're promoting.
Whatever they're promoting was like, magically, this is what we recommended just for you.
Yeah.
Like, thank you, PlayStation. Anyway, Life is Strange game that I found on a whim there and downloaded the demo and for some reason really liked. I guess it's an RPG, but it's one of those games where you're given choices and you can pick A or B or C, and what you choose makes a difference on like later on outcome in the game. And it's an episodic game, so it's only the first episode that's out so far, and I think episode 2 is coming out sometime this month. But yeah, it's weird. It's like the whole gameplay mechanic and the whole thing for the game is that you're this girl who discovers she can like rewind time, and so you can like make these choices and these decisions, and then reverse time, and then go back and change your decision and see how that affected the outcome. So it's cool and it's weird, and it's like predictable dialogue, kind of predictable story, like kind of like not that exciting of characters, but for some reason it's compelling, and I think it's just because it's new and fresh and something. I don't know. I like
Sounds a lot like Blinks.
it. A little bit, yeah.
Remember that? Blinks the cat?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Xbox's try to be mascot.
First and only love. No, I don't know. I recommend it. Go download the demo, see if you like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Where does Killzone rank on shooters?
I didn't play it.
Neither did
But
I. but,
the
yeah.
I'd
I
put it
know-
up there if it was co-op.
It's fun. The co-op is actually like,
Wait, is there co-op?
yeah. There's co-op, and then there's just like an online mode, and the online mode is
Oh.
Sure,
shitty
you're-
but decent.
Well,
Yeah.
If
damn.
that makes sense.
I mean, just coming from an Xbox point of view, I was like, that game looks killer. For some
Yeah.
reason, those gas masks that they wear, I was like,
yeah, they're really
shit.
yeah.
They look badass.
They've always been like
They are
really,
called the Ghast, right?
yeah.
Helgast.
The
Hellghast.
Helgen.
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 Pataki.
Yeah.
Helgen Pataki. They've always been like really pretty games. Like all of the Killzones have been some of the nicest looking games on all the systems that they've come out on.
Yeah, even on PS2.
Yeah.
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 I like the fact that you could just lean, look around the corner, or even like bake a grenade. That was like one of the first person shooters I played where you could do that.
Yeah. That was I almost got the trilogy on PS3.
Oh yeah.
That's a thing that like if more people played it, I think it would be better.
You would think people would play it. It's an exclusive.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that like the first two or first one was good on PS2, or like people bought the shit out of it on PS2, but then because the PS3 didn't have super strong
Momentum.
an install base for the longest time, that
Suffered.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like an average first person shooter. Like it's not terrible, but it doesn't stand out either.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
It's a solid
not
7.
fantastic. Yeah, it's about a solid 7.
I know that Shadowfall, like, people enjoyed it. It was fun, but it wasn't like it was the same.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this is it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Makes
Other,
sense.
other than that, I've been playing a lot of Netflix.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
It's a really good game. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it looks better on PS4?
Yeah,
Okay.
than it does on like Apple TV or
Yeah.
on something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
which version has the better menu navigation?
Internet Explorer.
PS4, but we don't have a fucking remote, which is a thing of joy.
That
Because it's really nice when you have your controller sitting on your bed
Mm-hmm.
and you're watching something and you accidentally like bump like the R2 trigger, and then you just go into fast forward mode and you're like fuck, and then it gets caught in the folds of your blanket, and then you try and dig it out, and then by the time you're done you're like, I don't remember where I was in the movie, and it's
then you cry yourself to
Does-
sleep. Hence the crying.
more than usual. Yeah.
Does PlayStation? Fuck, I can't talk. PlayStation. You know how Xbox has Kinect?
Yeah,
Does it have something similar to that?
yeah. It's got that little guy. It's on top of the TV.
Okay.
It's just the-
PlayStation Eye.
The PlayStation camera. this time around.
Sorry.
But does it do voice commands? I'm
Kind
curious.
of. Like, I can say PlayStation go home, and it'll go back to the home screen. Or I can pause. I think I can pause a movie. I don't. It's very limited. It's not as good as Kinect at all.
Kinect. That was one of the really big selling points for me, just for Xbox. Just the fact that like I can control my TV, and I like
Yeah.
invited people to like I start Xbox Live parties for chat without even like picking up my controller and my Turtle Beaches. You know,
Yeah.
that was the biggest selling point for me. If PlayStation could do that, I would have bought a PS4.
Yeah. I mean, I wish that they would improve. I don't know that they can improve the functionality without improving the hardware of that camera, but I don't know.
I almost bought one, just for shits and giggles, and then I talked myself out of it because I was like, I wouldn't have anything to use it with.
You almost bought it for fun.
Yeah. And then I realized that I'm not a fan of fun. I'm a fan of tears, and so I didn't.
So you bought Tears for Fears.
Yeah.
Did you ever play? Did you finish
Yep.
The Last of Us Left Behind? Did you
Fuck,
play
I
that
need
yet?
to play that game.
No, that's the only thing. Like, I want to play through the story of The Last of Us again, but
Yeah.
like before I play that, but I can't get motivated to get back into it yet because it like.
It's crushing. It's a crushing fucking game, and I
Well,
don't
I'm playing
play-
it on hard or whatever.
Crushing,
Hard,
actually.
crushing. Yeah, is that what it's called?
I think so. Or
Yeah.
Survivor.
Survivor.
Whatever
Survival.
hard mode is.
Not
I'm playing it on
crushing.
that.
Crushing's Uncharted. That's why I'm.
And
Go ahead, Google it. See if I'm wrong, Kyle.
I didn't say you were wrong.
Call the cops. Yes.
Yeah,
What's their
I don't
number?
know. It's fun, but then I just get annoyed because I fail a lot. 911. Well, you have to dial 9 to get an outside line, and then it's extension 11.
Have you, Sunbeam? Have you done the multiplayer in The Last of Us yet?
No, is it?
I haven't
good?
done it. I've never tried.
I played at my friend's house.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Is
intense.
it good?
Yeah.
You have to. It's a lot of crouching because if you run, you show up on radar. Apparently.
Huh.
We should
have a boys' game.
We should have a boys game.
Crushing.
Uncharted. Told you.
I didn't even say it wasn't. I was just I'm helping you out.
Cool. PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
It's a hit.
Yeah, I'm
Kinda.
happy. I'm
Yeah.
waiting for more things to come out, and then I'll be really happy.
Well, my friend, it was just announced this last week.
Yeah,
FIFA 2018.
I'm
Done.
in.
Shovel Knight's coming out like
I know, I
beginning of
saw.
April. So you'll have something.
That's exciting.
Yeah, that's a game.
You can
And it got announced for Xbox One finally.
I don't even know what game it is.
Shovel Knight was the FreeCheese.com's game of the year last year. Right here, bud.
Well, I'm sorry. I was just
He flipped him off.
dealing with
listeners.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
it's
What are you doing?
it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
incredible. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
Taking that grab.
But
Willie.
it was Nintendo. It was 3DS, Wii U first. Now it's coming to PlayStation in about a month, and then it was just revealed at GDC coming to Xbox One. So I would.
It's really good.
No, there's a handful of really cool indie games coming out, and there's some other stuff. I've been doing more and more research for games to get. Yeah, I don't know. There's stuff.
I know one just
I'm
came
sorry.
out on PC. I'm not sure if it's come to any consoles or not. I think it's called White Light.
I saw stuff about that. But
It's like
I think it's out on PS.
the whole game's like in black and white, so it's like a noir type feeling. Like you play a detective,
that.
but it has like a horror element to it
I
as
like
well.
that too.
So it's like you're in this house and it looks really cool visually, but then out of nowhere it's like, whoa, this doesn't look like it'd be a horror game, but it is.
Yeah,
It's very stylish.
that could be very cool.
Like it just came out on Steam like 2 days ago, I think.
Also, can we talk about a thing? I don't know if you talked
Yeah.
about this in a podcast yet, but like PlayStation Now. Did you guys go over that?
I don't think we have really. So
How
let's
do you
do
feel
that.
about it? Well,
I
you want to tell
think
people what it is?
PlayStation
first?
Now, if you're unfamiliar, White Knight, Mark, is out on PS4 this week. So listeners, if you're
Night, not
interested
light.
in what Mark was just talking about, it is out. Yes, PlayStation Now, if you're not familiar, is a streaming service. Sony acquired Gaikai, which this is a whole. We don't need to know that. Gaikai was a streaming service. Sony bought them to help make PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now is a game rental streaming service. You choose your game. You pay a fee depending on how long you want to rent it, whether it's 4 hours, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, a month, 3 months. It's these weird arbitrary
That's very
time periods.
Yeah.
And the prices vary game to game, time to time, all of that. Then they announced that they were adding a subscription model, which they've implemented. I believe that is something like $19.99 a month or 3 months for $45. So you save a couple bucks by going 3 months in. But either way, and then if you do the subscription model, instead of paying on a game by game, you're subscribed to the service, and then you get to choose from the entire library and stream from it.
45 for 3 months.
Yeah, it's,
Xbox Live. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a
But that's on top of paying for
For PlayStation
PlayStation
Plus.
Plus.
60 or what?
Yeah.
How much is it?
50 a year,
So
So that
49.
you're spending at least
Yeah.
150.
So
Yeah, of
For
your
the
real
whole
doll
thing
hairs.
all.
pricing aside, because the pricing part is fucked, the service is incredible.
Like, I'm amazed at how well it works.
It's flawless. Kyle and I tried it once. We
Adventure Time.
Adventure Time, Explore the Dungeon, because I don't know, or whatever it was called. I think that's exactly what it was called. But yeah, you choose your game, and then it starts and it plays. There's no lag.
Like,
there's no
lag
anything.
at all. There's
It's-
no macro blocking in the video or anything like that, so it doesn't look like shitty.
It's not like
Do
you know.
Do you have a certain amount of games, like a quota you can only download? Because if
You're not even downloading.
No, you're not downloading
You
it.
just-
It doesn't sit on your
Just
system.
streaming them. It's basically Netflix, but for games.
So you can essentially just never buy a game anymore and just pay what, like $200 a year
Kind of.
and dodge.
Kind of. Because
Sort of.
right now, it's only PlayStation 3 titles that are on the service.
Okay.
And
So-
PS2 and PS1. Some.
No.
No. I
No.
thought there were.
The only PS2 games that are on there are the ones that were re-released for PS3.
Yeah.
And they've put those out. But every game that's on PlayStation Now, right now, I believe all of them are PlayStation 3 titles. I think the idea is that this generation, a lot of people made the switch from 360 to PS3, or I'm sorry, PS4, and then they had missed out on that back catalog. So PlayStation Now is a good way to jump in and try some of those things. It's cool, but again, the pricing sucks. Now, for us, like people playing games regularly, if you just want to try something out, I think that like most of the games, the 4-hour rental is like $1,
Yeah.
you know, for a lot of stuff. So like,
Just wanna try
It's
it
nice,
out.
but
That's
like
not
there's
bad.
just weird price inconsistencies though. Like you can
Oh.
pay like $3.99 for a 3-day rental of like a AAA title, and then like $8.99 for a 3-day rental of like pure chess, which is like silly.
yeah,
Like
it's weird.
like there's no consistency to the price.
And
tiers.
if you have a PS3, a lot of times those games are either like heavily discounted or the prices have dropped below what.
what you would pay to rent them.
Right. So I know that like this is aimed more towards people who don't have a PS3 and what, but it's still just it's kind of
They'll figure it
bizarre.
out, ideally.
yeah. The cool thing is the long term of this, which
Yeah.
is because they have the beta on Vita right now. It's supposed to be coming to PS3 and Sony Bravia TVs, and then eventually their goal is iOS devices, any smartphone. So basically, if you have an internet connection, you can play PlayStation games. There's talk of PlayStation 4 games coming to the service, PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1. They basically want every PlayStation game on this service at some point. And they have been doing a great job of updating. Each month they add a decent chunk of games to the service.
That's pretty good. It's just a time game.
Yeah,
at this point.
because I think like the beta rolled out July of last year, and it didn't leave beta until the subscription service launched in January. So it's really only been live for 2 months, and they have close to 300 games in the catalog.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
I'd be curious to play like something like Super Street Fighter 4 or something like that you need like a good reaction time with. That's
Yeah.
something we should do.
We should try that.
Test the latency.
I'm down with that. Yeah. Did you try anything on?
Predictably, I got Final Fantasy 13 because
Uh-huh.
I never played it, and I wanted something pretty that would
How did it look? Like, does it look better than you think it would have looked on a PS3?
so much better.
Really?
Well, no, not better than I think it would look on a PS3. It looks exactly like
okay.
I'd picture it on a PS3. Do you think that Adventure Time looked better?
No. I
No?
mean, it was rudimentary.
Yeah. No, it looks perfect. Like I can't complain. It doesn't look any better, but it doesn't look any worse either.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Want to talk E3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't. Oh my god.
I'll go quickly, and then
Played with my
yeah,
heart.
E3. I did. No, Mark and I played a bunch of Olliwood today. Olliwood 2, Welcome to Olliwood, to be specific.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that game is out. It, like Mark said, it's difficult. But once you get the hang of it, which I've had the hang of it, you know, playing, because the last one came out last January, and I've just consistently played it. But
Yeah, simple to play, difficult to master.
absolutely, which to me is the essence of great gameplay and great game design.
Yeah.
This game, they added manuals and reverts, which needed to be a thing. So now you can basically just string a combo through the entire stage, which is
There you go.
incredible. A lot of fun. Totally blanked out. PS4. Did I download anything else? I think Olliwood is the only thing I was playing on there. No, but I went ahead on my 3DS and I grabbed Fire Emblem Awakening.
Oh yeah.
How's
Yeah.
that?
It's really good,
That's very strange of you.
right?
That's so not like you.
Well, so here's the thing. I remember Chris loving it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, man, I really want like a good game. And I kept looking across the top 3DS lists, and like everyone's saying Fire Emblem Awakening, Fire Emblem Awakening. And then last week, excuse me, IGN updated their top 25 3DS games of all time or whatever. And Fire Emblem was number 2, falling only short to A Link Between Worlds. And I'm like, yeah, Fire Emblem. And then they had a podcast where they talked about their top 10 of those 25. And they were going back and forth on where Fire Emblem should have been and everything. And the one guy made a really good argument for it. And he said it's basically like a game of chess, but you care about the characters. You care about your pawns. You care about whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's interesting. And I remember I downloaded the demo a while back and just didn't fall into it. For some reason, the other night I just said, fuck it, bought it immediately, let it download overnight, and then started it up. I really like it. But.
What mode are you doing?
I did casual just because it makes it scary at the beginning. Where it's like, it tells you, like, if you've never played one before, you should do this. And I'm like, all right, fine, I'll do that. And, like, but I can already tell I'm going to replay this game. I already know it. I know that I'm invested in it. For those who don't know, Fire Emblem Awakening, it's a strategy RPG. Picture an RPG. You're leveling up your party and everything like that, but you're also building more and more. Your party can grow, and you have different characters you can choose from, sort of like a Suikoden, where you have this huge number, this huge cast. But then it's the actual battles themselves are
Like a little more than that too.
Well, it's grid based, and you move your character from point to point, and then it's basically like chess without the strict like movement rules.
Got it.
But so I start it, and immediately like the cutscenes, I'm like, because I can't do the anime thing there, not doing it. But I'm like, all right, I can deal with it. Like, it's okay. But the in-game conversations and everything all happen through text. And it'll spell out, let's just say the conversation is like, hey, my name is Terry. Nice to meet you. I'm really happy to be on the battlefield with you. It would show that text, but the voice acting would just go, hi. And then, like, you'd read all that text. And then the next line would come up, would be this big paragraph, and it would be like, and then, oh no, thank you. All from different voices, different characters, but you have these walls of text. I'm like, God, this is really, like, I did not like that at all.
Yeah, a few games I know do that.
Yeah. And then, when you're in battle, you have this beautiful sprite work done on the actual grid where you're playing, and you move your character, and you go to attack the enemy, and then it cuts to this, like, cut scene where it's, and they're slashing each other. And I'm like, and it slows down the pace of the battle so much, and I'm like, damn it.
And that's always...
Hold on, though.
Okay.
There's a thing called the options menu.
Do you skip that?
Turn off voice acting during cutscenes so you don't have to hear the, thanks, my name's Terry. And then you can turn off battle animations so it's all just on the grid. So I did that. It's so much better, and the game is fucking amazing. It's really good. I find myself invested in the story. I don't have to deal with the dumb anime tropes that I hate. Although the whole story has basically a whole trope. Anyway.
I mean...
It's good, though. It's very good. And I can see why people like this game a lot.
Did you get to any other romance?
I'm right there. I'm right on the verge of it.
Because even that goes pretty deep.
Yeah. I can already... Because basically, you get to a point where you can pair up two of your characters on the battlefield. And the more you pair them up, the more compatible they become. And then you can have conversations with them and build camaraderie.
And then they bang.
And then they fuck. And then they make babies. And you grow the babies up to be in your army.
There you go.
So, Fire Emblem Awakening. I recommend it. And I wish I would have played it 2 years ago. Outside of that, Kirby's Rainbow Curse.
We did play that.
We did. Katie and I got it a week or two ago, played a bunch of it. And the other night, Kyle and I and Katie sat down and played a handful of levels. God, that's a stressful game.
Yeah.
Because you got to do whoever's playing as Kirby has the gamepad, and you get the stylus, and you need to draw the rainbow lines to get through the level. The only way to make Kirby move is by connecting the string and moving it. There's no anything else. Meanwhile, players 2, 3, and 4, if applicable, are playing as little Waddle Dees, and they play more like Kirby, where you tap A to puff and jump.
And keep going, yeah.
But it's good. I'm surprised that it's challenging. You know what I mean? I thought it was going to be like a cutesy little...
Easy to play
and
kids game.
Beautiful. And I found out that a lot of the actual in-game models are actual clay that they...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That they did stop motion and program.
You should play the DS one as well.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go back to it. Canvas Curse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a handful of other things I've been dicking around with. Pokemon Shuffle, like we talked about.
Right.
Kyle and I have been playing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, what's that game?
God, that game looks so good.
Yeah, I love it so much. We've been streaming that, so if you haven't caught that, twitch.tv/thefreecheese, check us out there. And then,
/
no. One last thing that we played a bit of that we're going to have some videos of soon, and it's our current retro spotlight on the website, is that their Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. I won't go too much into detail, but just... It's... Man, that is an obtuse game. It's so good, though. That music. Bloody Tears.
I just don't want it to stress me out.
Is that why they named the song Bloody Tears? Because that's what you cry when we can't figure out that
Probably.
game?
Yeah. Exactly.
Because Dracula doesn't cry.
Dracula never cries. Dracula never dies. Spoilers.
Hey! I thought you were doing a firework display.
Yeah. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back to talk about E3. Welcome back to the Free Cheese episode 111.
Oi.
Kyle.
Sorry. I couldn't.
I just wanted to let you know, I'm going to ask Mike what he's excited about during this year's E3.
God.
Or what are you hoping for, rather? That's a better way to...
I would like Platonic to talk about the new platformer that they're making and show some gameplay of that.
Did they say where... Because we know it's PC, right? Or
Yeah,
Steam? Or,
I imagine it's going to be Steam. If they release it on a console, I'll bust a nut.
You getting fresh under the table, buddy?
Yeah, I'm trying to play some footsies, man.
Alright, that's all that matters.
I thought Oswald. Okay.
I wish.
I'd like them to put some gameplay out of that.
Yeah, I could see that. You know what I could...
I'd like them to put a Banjo 3 out, but that's too...
That'll be the ball drop. That'll be like...
That would, like...
Sony comes out, says they bought the console exclusivity to Playtronic's game. Platonic, what is it?
Platonic.
Playtonic's game.
Yeah.
And then Microsoft's like, oh yeah, well...
Yeah, if they did that, I would shit bricks.
Yeah.
No, instead, what you might get is what they did with the Conquer.
Uh-oh.
If they did Conquer Live... Oh, my God.
They put him in that Project Spark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to get Banjo DLC.
Yeah.
You can now.
It's just, he's just going to say, duh, and then in subtitles, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. I would like... Well, Halo 5 comes out, and I'm not that stoked for that for some reason. Just, they fucked up Halo.
That's when he's wearing a cloak, right?
Yeah.
He's just walking around like a vagabond.
And we
Yeah.
saw that toy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was him.
That was the chief.
So was a person wearing a trash bag. So
I would like if they dumbed down Call of Duty and just brought it to, like, let me shoot you, then you shoot back at me. Not like super soldiers in exosuits shooting lasers at each other and going really fast. They're never going to go back to it, but I just would like that.
But what if they did? Like, we were talking about that today. Like, what are they going to... Like,
Call of Duty
and
Civil
typically
War.
by now or right around now is when they announce the next one.
They announce it for E3 every year because they have...
Are they... Oh, they always do it, like, right around Judges Week, isn't it?
Yeah, no, what they do is, like, they have Sledgehammer, Activision, and Infinity Ward.
Sledgehammer...
No, it's not Activision. Excuse me.
Activision's the publisher. Who's the fucking Black Ops developer? It's
Treyarch?
Treyarch.
Yes.
Yeah, those three each. So, like, each developer has 3 years to make a game. So, like, whoever's up next is going to make the next one, then the next one next.
I think the next one's Treyarch, isn't it?
Probably. And then Infinity Ward made Ghosts, and then Sledgehammer made Advanced Warfare.
And now this one's Treyarch.
And then this one's Treyarch, and then the next one's Infinity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I would like them to make a more dumbed down Call of Duty, but will that happen?
How cool would a Civil War Call of Duty be?
It would be the game matches would have to be like 20 minutes. It had to take like reload time.
That'd be kind of cool.
You could stab people.
You could stab people. It would just be a big Mike Myers game. I think that's it. That's all I can really hope for. A Mario game would be nice.
Like what? Like a
3D platformer?
Like
yeah,
a
like
Galaxy?
a 3D platformer, like Galaxy 3 or like
Sunshine 2.
Sunshine 2 or
Paper Mario.
Super Mario 64 Wii.
How likely is it? How likely would this sequel to Galaxy be called Universe?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the next thing, and it makes so much sense.
But
for
is
the
Galaxy
Wii
bigger than Universe?
U.
Or is Universe bigger than Galaxy?
No, dude.
That'd be the
Universe
big
is
debate
bigger.
when they would announce the name for it.
It'd be Universe.
Okay.
Then
I just had to make sure.
Would be like, listen.
No, because there are galaxies in universe. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be universe.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Sandeep?
Sid Meier's Pirates 2.
Ooh. Didn't they do that?
No, I have no idea. I don't know. What would I be excited for?
Or like, I mean, like, there's things that we know are going to be there. Like, Sony said that Project Morpheus is coming out early 2016.
Yeah.
We're going to see some stuff on that at E3 this year. We know Uncharted's going to be there. We know Zeldon and we know Starbucks.
Yes.
They're all going to be there. Yeah.
Come back to me.
No,
while
we're
I
not.
think.
Go ahead, Kyle. Just get it out.
Kyle was. If you can't hear me, Kyle is whispering to me, "Say Pokemon."
There's gonna be more Pokemon stuff. There's always more Pokemon stuff. It's always Pokemon. It's gonna be more Pokemon stuff.
What do you want in the next Pokemon
what
game?
what would you want out of Pokemon?
Okay, there was Pokemon. I believe it was Coliseum. And like a game similar to that because that was fun.
I mean, what if they come out at E3 and they say Pokken Fighters coming to the US?
No.
Really?
Oh,
that game
that-
excites me.
Why?
Mark's with me.
To a point, but
I think it's cool.
I'd rather have like a third-person Pokemon game.
A third
Like
person.
right behind them. I feel like that way you could get more.
Fuck that Pokemon Snap.
You want to get me started on Pokemon Snap? We'll go Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Snap.
Why did you unleash this monster?
You opened the cage.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap all day.
Could you imagine that? Like if listen, this is
Saying Pokemon Snap around
Wait,
Kyle
cage,
is like
so
when I
means
open the
they open
fridge
the
and see
Pokeball?
that there's cheese, and I just can't not.
This is which I can't ignore that platter of cheese over there. I think what I would do is if they were like, we are releasing Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
What I would do, number one, tell everyone to leave the area.
You would do
Number two.
one?
Call
And
the
I
cops.
did number one, then two. I'd call the police. I'd jerk off.
Number three?
Simultaneously.
Officer of Jury.
I'd call the cops, and as the cops get there, I'd finish.
You would take a shit and then you would jerk off. Wait, I'm lost.
What do you think I'm shitting with my hand? I'm not a fucking monster. I don't wipe my ass with my hand.
You're a pocket monster.
Boom!
Boom!
There you go.
Would you buy a Wii U
All right,
immediately?
see you next week.
I would hope that maybe like Maryland would stop fucking me in the ass with this tax shit, and I'd have it before then.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're doing that.
It's still getting fucked hard. But if they came out with a special edition one, I'd buy it right up.
What if
Like,
it
you
was
know how they
ugly
have
as
that-
fuck?
Still buy it.
Really?
Yeah.
Still buy it.
Then wait 10 years, and be like, hey guys, and then sell it.
Yeah.
How much money I'd come into? Probably
Maybe.
not that much. I'd probably lose money.
Do you think boxed up Nintendo 64s unopened still sell?
Yeah. Anything,
For a
any
lot.
of that
Easy.
shit unopened.
Oh yeah, those controllers are hard to find.
Yeah.
They are hard to find.
Decent
I agree.
ones.
I just
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
someone shared an article on Facebook about the original. I think I said the headline around you. I don't know where you were, but like there's like three decks that haven't been opened, and it was the first
yeah,
wave,
yeah.
or they cost more than a Porsche now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of Pokemon cards. How insane is that?
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. Little cartoons worth more than a car.
Do you have anything outside of Pokemon that you would want to see at E3? If not, that's okay. I'm just asking.
No, I think. Well, Uncharted's gonna.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, it was already.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, that was already like told. We already know that. Maybe drop some bombs real quick. Maybe a Justice League game,
God damn it.
and not Lego. You okay there? Huh? Now Joe's gonna have to tell everyone to leave the area.
Yep. Man, that would be. Man.
That would be man.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Mark.
Silent Hills, Oculus Rift, or Morpheus, whatever it's called.
Morpheus.
Virtual reality
Morpheus.
horror
Morpheus.
games. I
I
want 'em.
Ooh.
I want 'em all.
Ooh.
I
want
just
'em
want.
all.
I just want some good kind of survival
Yes.
horror. Like Silent Hills looks like it's
Or-
gonna be good based on PT. but
Or
it's
like
gonna be
survival,
nothing like PT.
psychological. I don't care.
What about
Yeah.
that one with the bitch from Heroes?
Until
Hayden.
Dawn.
That looks like Beyond Two Souls, but worse.
No, it doesn't.
looks
Yes,
like
it does.
Beyonce.
No, I'm with
Those
you.
characters, shots fired. I don't give a shit. Watch that trailer again for that movie.
No, but it's supposed
It's a
to
movie.
be.
It's a movie.
I know, but it's supposed to be a shitty teen slasher film, and I'm cool with that.
So wait, so it's aware that its characters are terrible.
Yes, it's intentional.
I feel like
I couldn't tell.
Yes, that was
'Cause
the original pitch for the game. Is this is a cheesy teen slasher film?
Okay,
Where,
well then I'll go back and rewatch it with that mindset.
Yeah.
And judge it differently.
No, it's not supposed to be.
But first impression
supposed to be, yeah.
was not good.
No.
I will say, I mean, I understand why it looks like a movie is the way that
Because Beyond
you
Two
just
Souls,
make these decisions.
because Beyond looked good in my opinion, and
Yeah.
then I watched the gameplay.
It's because you didn't see Ellen Page and New, did you?
I did,
You didn't?
yeah. But I don't know. At the same time, it's just like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd rather just watch it than play it.
Well, then I'll stream it and you can watch me play it.
Built last, dirt last.
I like the idea. I like survival horror because we saw a bit of that coming back last year.
yeah.
The resurgence of it, and then even now, Resident Evil. Well, we had the remake, the HD one, and then we got Revelations 2.
Yeah,
That's like an episode
Episodic.
format.
Outlast.
maybe.
I didn't like Outlast. Did you?
I didn't
Outlast
play
was
it, but it
weird.
looked horrifying.
It.
I wanted to play. I'm considering buying it. It was on
It
the
was jump
marketplace for
scares,
like
right?
$20.
Was it
I think it
majority
just-
all jump scares?
Yeah, it was. That was my problem with it.
But that's
is that-
that's kind of
I think
the
it's just
thing with these survival horror games.
yeah.
Yes, you can get creeped out by them, but then I think everyone thinks that you have to
Well,
rely
no,
on
like,
jump scares, and that's what.
yeah,
That's
and
the
that's-
downside.
that's the
no,
thing.
a good like jump scares are fine, but only if you do them well. Like a good survival horror game, like the thing about it is that it builds tension,
Yeah.
and like
You just feel an
It's
easy
all
Yeah,
about
but these
time.
are relying on jump scares, and they shouldn't.
Well,
No,
no,
Every
that's the
now
thing.
and then it's okay.
Well, the thing is, like Resident Evil, for example, we played some of that about a month
Yeah.
ago,
Yeah.
and that doesn't. There are jump scares, and there's moments where things come at you and you weren't expecting it. But every time that they build tension towards one of those jump scares, they build tension towards those jump scares. But every time tension is built, it doesn't always resolve by a jump
Exactly.
scare. It's not always cut off by that. There's weird resolution, and there's other creepy shit that happens, and things that you're.
It's always the constant of feeling uneasy,
Yeah.
feeling helpless.
Yes.
yeah,
Just
And that's why PT was so great, because you're
Yeah.
in this thing and you're confused, and the more you walk around that
But the thing
fucking
about that-
circle.
it's more psychological
That's the thing, the
than
more you walk
survival,
around-
and that's
Yeah.
what I like about
I
it.
Yeah.
watched
Yes.
you guys
Fucking
stream
brain
that
games.
fucking
Yes.
game. I watched it and I was getting creeped out. But then I told you this: the moment you handed Katie the controller,
Well, that was a mistake.
well,
but,
yeah, but granted, but it was just unnerving because you look around you. Jump scares are, like I said, it's
I know I did it too.
what
Look around you. Go on.
when they're peppered in, it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's the peripherals, like being like seeing something move out of the corner of your eye.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
seeing like finding for me the notes that you would find in The Last of Us were very creepy,
yeah,
very
agreed.
spooky.
Ishmael?
Yes,
Yeah.
little things like that. And then the one guy named Kyle in the like who killed the kids
Yeah.
in the sewer. Like I think that was very nice. So when he killed the kids, it was nice.
Yeah, it was great.
The stories that you can find that
Yeah.
build along the way that don't have anything to do with you, that adds to like the creep.
Yeah.
Also, just having goggles strapped to your face
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Takes it to
I
a
think
whole
what they
nother
should have with
level.
every
Yeah.
game.
because you can't look away.
A nice
I'm so
Batman
excited
game
for
with
that.
that. Would be
So
so
excited
fun.
for that.
Can I just throw in just sort of a thought? This has nothing to do with E3 or anything like that, but I've been thinking about it lately, just about video games.
Mm-hmm.
Like the trend now for more voice acting in games too. I wish there were more games out that didn't have lots and lots of voice acting, like especially like scary games.
Yeah.
When there's lots of voice acting, it like you just sort of pay attention to it, and it's like watching a movie. But when there's not, and when it's a game that has barely any voice acting, if it's a scary game, you're just sort of in your own headspace for a while, and like you have to think,
Yeah.
and like you get weirded out by your own thoughts and all that kind of stuff, and like it's that sense of imagination that it forces on you. Like
Like a
I think
book.
there's definitely a place for lots of voice acting because it's
Yeah.
definitely like
But not in the horror like survival genre.
There's, I mean,
Well, you'll get a lot of that in more indie horror games.
yeah,
No,
Not
but
so
like-
much
well, like, just in
AAA.
general, like even like RPGs and stuff. It's like now it's just completely like voice acted, like fully scripted and stuff.
Right.
And it's like I want to hear this in my head. I don't want to hear like I don't want to hear people talking.
I think that two things on that. One, that's my problem with Silent Hills, is that they have Norman Reedus as the main character. And it's like, I can't, that's going to be a weird thing. But the other thing is, like, look at the difference between some modern horror movie where it's filled with dialogue, whatever, and there's no real whatever, compared to something like Nosferatu. Absolutely silent, all dependent upon the actors' just movements and body language, particularly Max Schreck, and then just the music itself, like building the tension. And I know that's a for our standards today, like the horror of that isn't really there, but like again, it's the stuff that you create in your head and the stuff that you think like, man, I wonder if there's a creepy bald man who kind of looks like Danny DeVito hanging around, outside of my apartment, creeping around and looking at me.
Because the thing about like things that are scary is that the scariest thing is your own mind. Like when you subject yourself to your mind,
which is why PT worked so well again, because you didn't know what was in that bathroom.
No,
and like when you see the baby in the sink. It's not scary because it's not what you were imagining.
Yeah, exactly.
What you're picturing is the most horrifying.
You know what? And I'm kind of starting to think, if you knew your Norman Reedus from the beginning, I think you would have some kind of comfort playing that game. Because the whole time you're not. Because the whole time you're not focused on who you are. You're just going through the game, and then you're like, and then you go in the mirror and you're like, oh, I'm Norman Reedus.
I don't care if I die. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
I actually encourage death now.
Like,
it's not so bad now.
Okay. Wait, did they announce whether it's silent? Is it going to be first person or third person, or do we not know?
Judging by the last trailer, it still looks like it's first person.
There's a lot of every building is mirrors.
I don't mind that it's first person either.
Yeah. But I like what you're saying about all the survival horror being virtual reality and Oculus.
Yeah.
Because it's being in that, like you said, that mind space of being just by yourself.
If I could just be in a dark room and just have this be like a hologram around me, I'd rather do that.
Like in Her?
Yes.
That'd be so
Except
fun.
all around me.
Yeah.
Well, what do you got? Well, speaking of like VR stuff in E3, what are you guys excited to hear about, like VR wise for
anything?
For E3?
I just
what would excite you? What concept?
Yeah, I want to know how much it's going to cost. We know it's coming out beginning of.
It's gonna be hard to get into if it's like.
It's going to be expensive.
If it's going to be like $600 or more, like...
My thing is, it's going to be a peripheral. It's not going to be a standalone thing.
I hope
because it's going to be based off of your computer or based off of your console.
But how much is that peripheral?
I guarantee you it might be around $150.
And I'm fine with $150.
$1 to $200.
I would say probably like $250 to $300.
Yeah.
Or
that's what I figured.
Or at least at first it probably might be that.
See, I just think... don't expect anything big from them, like a fun game.
I do expect something big. I think
I would even use that stupid little harness that they put you in. You had to walk in 360.
No, but I think that like Media Molecule has been silent, and like the last thing we heard, it was like last Gamescom. It was like, oh, Media Molecule's coming out. They're going to announce their PS4 game, and we're like, yes, thank you, Little Big Planet, Tearaway. What's next from these fuckers?
That tech demo.
No, that was the PlayStation reveal. But then their next game that they announced for PS4, Tearaway Unfolded, a reimagining of Tearaway for PS4, and it's like, well, what? You can't. No. Yeah. So I think that whatever they've been working on is a Morpheus project.
See, I just think if I were doing like VR and stuff like that, I wouldn't. Testing it would be one thing, and putting out a few games. I feel like a lot of sports games are going to go with it.
Madden.
I'd be
lot of like
I'd be down with that.
And like NBA.
But imagine if each player in Madden helmet. So each one was a live person.
Can I
No.
What happens next spring?
When it's all Pokemon? Oh my god.
After this fall release of No Man's Sky gets patched to work with Morpheus.
Pokemon Snap.
Anyway.
Minecraft.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to see things from different types of genres. I want to see weird experiences. I want to see how this thing...
I like the one test people did with the first Legend of Zelda. They made that a first person for Oculus.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
No, I do like the idea of like VR being survival horror.
Yeah. Or
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say that there was a prank video that people did with the Oculus where this guy was in a roller coaster, and as he was going down, his friends pushed him, and he lost his shit. Like he flipped out, freaking out. They thought he was actually falling off the roller coaster.
That would be my biggest fear, like trying to play and someone fucking with me while I'm playing.
Well, that not even fucking with people, but when like Oculus was first rolling out, like those dev kits and everything, Patrick Klepek, formerly of Giant Bomb, now Kotaku, was talking about how his brother was playing with like completely sound canceling or whatever, noise reducing headphones and the Oculus and playing some horror game. I don't remember what it was, but at some point, like shattered his knee on the fucking computer desk because he like jumped up, hit his knee, and like threw everything off, but like couldn't escape the whatever game he's in, like because you're just so immersed in it because it tricks your brain.
Play on a couch,
and then like the things like the roller coaster thing, like those tech demos and things, you actually feel like you're moving because it's so.
So I'm sorry.
No, you first.
Okay. With it. Can you like? Are you expected, like, let's say it's a first-person shooter
Yeah.
you're playing. Are you expected to walk around, or do you have the controller in your hand?
I believe you still have the controller.
Yeah, you still have the controller.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, if it was like
It's just that you don't have a mouse anymore.
Okay.
This is your mouse.
this is so okay, so you don't essentially you're eliminating the right analog stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fuck.
Yeah. For the most part. I mean, like, if you're looking at it just in a first-person lens, but, like, a first-person shooter lens, rather, but I think a lot of the stuff that's going to be really cool and creative on this is stuff that this is the thing that we've been waiting for to see a new genre. 'Cause we haven't seen a new genre in a while.
Yeah.
We've only seen the blending of them where they all meet and
Right.
fuck like Fire Emblem characters. But this is where we'll see the birth of new things, I think, and I don't know. I think it's an exciting new...
It could
I'll
go
be
one of two
excited
ways.
To see like stealth-based games though, like where you have to be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Well, even like Alien Isolation, as you know, basic as that PlayStation camera is, the fact that when you're hiding from the alien, I can move my head and it detects where my head is and shows me in the game hiding in the locker from the alien. Like
There was a,
things like that blown up in a bigger scale, like that would be.
I
No.
do like that little whatever, the waistband or
the
whatever,
little
the
thing,
little brace.
harness thing.
Yeah, well, they have like little pads, like those little circle pads too.
Mhm.
That would be nice.
There was a little Kickstarter for a game that was like, I know like when most people think of VR, like everything's like first person, so like that might get boring kind of quick. So it's like, what's some more creative ways you could use an Oculus Rift or a Morpheus? There was some Kickstarter game where you control a spaceship with your eyes. Wherever you're looking is where the ship
I forget what
goes,
that's
and,
called,
and
yeah.
like and it fires in that direction.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting that it follows like your eye
I like
movement.
that. I would like things based on dreams too.
Yeah.
Just, like, have you ever had a third-person perspective dream?
Yes.
Like where you have a dream that sort of blends between being first person and third person.
I would want.
We'll do hopping now.
Has
Yes,
anybody
I'm-
here seen that theatrical Final Fantasy movie, The Spirits Within?
Yeah, it was so good.
That machine that could
So, I can't even-
the machine that could record your dreams.
Oh yeah,
I've always wanted that.
yeah.
Just think if that was a real device, how great movies would be.
I mean, yeah, but
So much bang.
when we do that whole singularity thing and we become robots, then we'll get there where we
No,
can export.
robots.
We're getting there.
Yeah, I hope so. That'd be rad. Ultimately, I think like, yeah, everything we've talked about, I'm excited for. But I think Metroid's my big one that I'm fingers crossed. That and Animal Crossing. I'd love to see an Animal Crossing
How
one.
fun would it be if they put like VR Animal Crossing in Metroid?
Oh god.
Look, if Animal Crossing gets better script writing for their AI, that where it's more believable,
Yeah.
then I'll
Yeah.
get into it. Because I'm so desensitized now, I can just deconstruct it and be like, all right, anybody with this kind of voice has this kind of personality, and they all say the same shit.
Yeah.
And it's like divided into 5 categories,
And again, like,
so they don't feel original.
who the hell is it? You?
I mean, you and I are the only ones playing Animal Crossing.
No. I was
Besides
talking.
like Toda KK, because he's.
I was talking to somebody about how like the simplicity of certain things. It was Pokemon Shuffle. Like how Pokemon Shuffle, because of its limitations,
That's what I'm saying.
it makes itself a better game. If it didn't have any limitations, it would be sort of,
Yeah.
you'd get tired of it. And I think the same thing with Animal Crossing. Like certain things I'm okay with being there, but there's a lot that I would love.
I wish
to
it was
see.
more open.
I mean,
definitely
yeah.
wish it
Because
was.
like I really loved having the bond with certain animals. I'm like, oh man, it's like my best friend, you know, that's my
Yeah.
dude. And then it's like, oh, you talk just like him.
Yeah, they
The
sound
exact same script writing, words, everything. You like the same stuff. It's like, well, did you kill him and take his skin?
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah. No, I wish that like if you wanted to come to my town, you just fucking go to my town.
Yeah, that's
Right now,
Yeah,
you
no
want to come to my
opening a
town.
gate.
I have to go open my gate. You have to go to your gate. Say you want to go somewhere else. Then it asks, do you want to go near or far away? And it's like, well, what does that mean?
It's
Yeah.
like your rival countries.
Yeah. And then like eventually when you get there, you're there. But then we can't do anything. Like we can't buy shit.
Yeah. Or I wish
both mayors.
I wish the towns were huge.
Yep.
I wish the city. That's why I like City Folk because it was that's where all the shops were.
Yeah.
So I wish that they would combine the two and give you a big city and also your town.
Your little yeah.
You have the option to live like in an apartment.
It would be it'd be nice to have
And
a
it'd be
house,
nice
a
to
giant
like,
loft
and it would
or
be nice to
something.
move, be able to move your
Yeah.
house. Because right now I'm like stuck. I hate living by the beach. I'm gonna go off into the forest. Can't do it. Bullshit.
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 Yes, E3 is like 3 months away, but I'm getting excited for it.
Arkham Knight. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
think-
even. It's.
I think that'll be out like 2 weeks before E3, but that
Oh
was
yeah, correct.
because
Like-
E3 it should have lined right up, and this year it's like the 17th and 18th.
Yeah,
but
it comes out like
And there's nothing about
second
Zelda.
or the 9th.
weeks.
What did
I
we?
have no
We
idea.
just looked it up.
second.
Yeah,
Se-
yeah, Zelda.
I want it.
second. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bust so many notes.
Many-
I really
many,
wouldn't
many
mind it.
notes. I want
Justice
an
League game.
announcement of Sega doing something exciting again.
They said that Sonic on consoles is not dead.
Something
That was
not
the latest.
Sonic, though.
I know.
Didn't they just like get insulted by
Echo,
someone?
right? I
By
want
like
Echo.
you guys just did like made the worst decision ever. And I don't know if that was because of Sonic Boom or something else.
I mean,
There's
probably.
Sonic Mario Olympics or some shit.
There's
Like that.
still
Oh,
yeah.
God.
They still do that.
Sonic Mario Paralympics.
I
We
remember
sell a
Sonic
lot.
Special.
They
Adventure.
sell a lot. What to like?
Kids. Yeah.
I remember Sonic
Fucking
Adventure and how I didn't
kids,
know what the
man.
fuck to do in that game.
Yeah, still
that
don't.
was a very confusing game.
Yes, Sega. I miss you. Did you guys read Console Wars?
Oh,
You should.
You're the only person who actually owns it.
Yeah, I don't have it out here.
you could steal it. Why didn't you think of that?
I was good Barnes & Nobles for that. That's where I have my most fun. That's where I got these stickers.
Yeah. Theft is a viable alternative to payment.
That's true.
Welcome to Baltimore.
All right, we're gonna wrap up. Thank you for listening to the Free Cheese episode 111. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Sandeep, for being here. Thank you, Oswald, for being quiet the entire time and being a
Danada.
sweet
Hey, what's
boy. If you're listening to this episode, that means you probably have been listening on iTunes, but that doesn't have to continue if you don't want it to, because we're now on YouTube and we are now testing out SoundCloud. What I mean by testing
Oh, we're
is
dropping a mixtape on SoundCloud?
yes, what I mean by testing on SoundCloud is we are going to post the next handful of episodes to SoundCloud. See if people like it being on SoundCloud. If it's a thing that people enjoy and they like having the option between iTunes and SoundCloud, I'll keep going with SoundCloud. But if not, then we'll just drop out of that. But if you like it, please let us know. Send us some sort of feedback in some way. You know the ways to do that. And if you don't, here's how. podcast@thefreecheese.com is the email address. You can send us your feedback and you can let us know where you'd like to see the show, anything like that. You can also ask us a question or suggest a topic of the week for us to talk about. We're also all on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Mark is at Captain a la Mark. Mike is at Mike DeMarco.
Sure. I forget my name.
I know, I do too.
Let me check. Hold up. 2 seconds. What is my name? Mike M. DeMarco.
Mike M. DeMarco.
Bam.
You almost
Kyle, who
followed the
has
wrong
fallen
mark.
asleep or is vomiting, I'm not sure
Almost.
what, is at Uncle_Donna. Sandeep is at Reggie the Porp. I am at The Free Cheese. And go follow Oswald at Oswald the Pug.
Here he comes.
Hey,
He emerges.
buddy, it's coming out. We are also
Man,
on
he's bad.
Instagram now. That's a thing that happened. Follow us on Instagram
Should've
at Some
grabbed
Free
all of
Cheese. And we're on Tumblr now. Basically, the Tumblr is just going to feed all of our regular website posts. But if for some reason you hate the website and you like to read things on Tumblr, thefreecheese.tumblr.com. It will get you what you need.
Hip as
However,
fuck.
if you don't like that and you do like the website, go to the website because I just changed that shit all around.
Looks real
Looks
nice.
good.
All around the world.
Especially if you're looking at it on a phone.
Really?
Check out your
I like it a
iPhone.
lot.
No, I like it on the phone too, but I really like it on a
I like it
desktop.
on-
I like the sidebars and everything. But yeah,
That's not a desktop.
either way. You
Your
know what I mean.
desktop.
Ooh.
That's what Kyle means
Mine's
in
I'm
Gaelic.
No, I'm super stoked
Desktop.
about the new layout for the website.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we've been killing it with regular content. We've been doing a lot of live streaming lately. We finally got that sorted out. Kyle and I have some Simon's. Did I just say Cal?
Cal and I.
Kyle-
Cal Ripken and I.
Kyle and I've got some Simons.
Kyle and I have some
Simon's.
Simon's Quest stuff. I've been writing a handful of things. I'm going to have reviews for Ollie Ollie 2, Pokemon Shuffle, unless you take that one.
Mine's just going to be like, cool. Cool like thing.
Great job.
Very cool, very
Um,
swag.
I don't got stuff rolling out. Marc will probably review Hotline Miami 2. Maybe. I don't know if he can be unbiased about that.
If I ever leave my room.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. I don't know. We've got stuff coming. I've also got really, really, really cool news that I am not allowed to talk about at this moment. Don't make that face. But
do I know the news?
Maybe. When I can, I will have all the information, but I'm excited about it. I'll just tease at that. I'm not going to say any more or any less because I can't say any less than I already have. But really cool thing. I don't want to hype it up too much, but I'm excited about it. I'm very impressed by what I've seen.
Oh, okay.
And I will leave it at that.
Yeah.
But stay tuned in the coming weeks for information on that. And
we're also on Tinder.
Oh.
To date us.
We're also on Grindr.
yes, if you'd like to date us.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah, I was trying to make sure I checked off all the social media stuff.
Grindr. Hit me
Grindr.
up.
Yeah. But yeah, go if you've been listening to this on iTunes and you don't like listening to it through iTunes, you can now listen to it. Just stop. On YouTube or SoundCloud. You know where to find us there. With that, we are out. Head to thefreecheese.com as always. And once again, thank you, Marc. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Sandeep.
So rich.
And we'll see you next week with episode 112.